Greetings YouTube, time for a bargain video. Please forgive me for the fans, it's really warm today. We're going to start with Art of the Crush, nativities from around the world. We have a dear friend who is a major fan of nativities. American Art Deco, for another friend for birthdays. Those are both birthday gifts. And we have Joseph Campbell's The Power of Myth, which is probably my favorite book in the world. I bought that as a gift. When the Moon is Full, a Lunar Year. I got that for my wife because she likes children's books and it's got some great art. Illiterate America by Jonathan Kozol, a book I did not know he wrote, and I picked it up for a song. The Practical Botanist, I got that from my wife. Abusing Science, The Case Against Creationism. That should be depressing. Dream Cities, 7 Urban Ideas That Shape the World. It's actually not supposed to be sold in the store because it says NA right there. That was supposed to go to the digital, online store, but I paid $2 for it. Hemingway's The Old Man and the Sea. My wife wanted to read it. Lies My Teacher Told Me. I purchased that simply as something to give away to someone. And Craft with Small Wooden Object, which made me smile. My wife does crafty things, and I thought she'd get a laugh out of it. Then we have this book, which I cannot read. However, the book is actually a safe, and it's got some dice in here that I purchased as well. That's what it's currently holding, is dice. But I thought that was cool because it's a nice little book, and someone turned it into book safe. Something I would probably never do, but I thought it was cool. I picked it up at an estate sale. On to the next section. We have The Player's Guide to Blackmoor, which I wasn't sure if I owned or not, and Spell Law, which I was pretty sure I didn't. I picked those up for a good price. I have Dragon Mountain here. I wasn't positive if I owned Dragon Mountain, but I picked it up for $10 at a yard sale, and it appears to be complete. The box is in slightly rough condition, but that's all right. Then we had The Tales of the Lance, Greyhawk Ooze the Evil, Ravenloft's The Created, The Complete Gladiator's Handbook, and someone's actual GM screen from a system I'm not 100% sure what it is. I can't find any printing on who published it, along with a bunch of maps and actual handwritten notes. And I picked up each of these other books here for $1 a piece. So I'm giving them a new home once I confirm that whether I own them or not. And if I do, I'll figure out which is the better copy, and I'll keep that copy and get rid of the other one. Then we have Finder's Talisman. I got that for my wife. And The Guild, which is by Felicia Day and Jim Rugg, or Rugg, I guess. I didn't know she did a comic, so I picked it up just to take a look at it. That's kind of cool. On to the next section. We have an Alan Moore, Steve Moore book, Tom Strong's Terrific Tales, Book 2. I don't own Book 1, but I got it for a good price, so I thought I'd give it a read and see if it's any good. Sandman from Neil Gaiman for my wife. The Crow, J.O. Barr's Crow. I wasn't even aware that he did any further stories with The Crow other than the original Crow, so I was kind of shocked to see that. I picked it up for $3. And then we have some digital media. We have Paul McCartney. We have some live from the River Music Hall. Joan Armatrading, Lilith Fair, Robert Palmer, Willie Nelson, Dido, Seal, Katie Lang, Elton John, Phil Collins. I'm looking at his face, why can't I remember his name? We have the movie Critters, The Murders in the Rue Morgue with Val Kilmer, George C. Scott, and Rebecca De Mornay. I have never seen that. The Curse of the Headless Horseman, which looks incredibly cheesy. I got The Species, which is an upgrade. We already have the film, but I wanted to listen to the commentary track. We have the last Jack Sparrow pirate movie, and we have Colossal. I know both of these are bootlegs. I don't care. I paid $1 for them. I'll see if I like them. If I do, I'll go hunt down the real ones. Night of the Blood Beast, and Zoo Warriors, which is some wushu martial arts action. I haven't seen Critters in years. We have Midnight in Paris, which is a film my wife wanted to see. The complete series of Birds of Prey. I don't like nothing about that. Tarzan and the Lost City. Spy Kids, because I've heard good things about it. Pierce Brosnan in Taffin. Fear and Loathing. In Vegas, which is the Criterion Collection. An upgrade to Iron Man 2, which is a film I actually didn't like a lot, but I want to listen to the commentary track, which is on this Blu-ray. A documentary about Bat Outta Hell by Meatloaf, an album that has a sweet spot in my heart. My Man Godfrey and Life with Father. I have a fond memory of Life with Father. The Gene Generation with Bai Ling. This is not a good movie. It's like a Z-grade version of Blade Runner, essentially. Double feature, more Tarzan. Tarzan the Fearless and Tarzan and the Trappers. Hollywood Homicide. A Jack Frost special, which my wife and I have never seen. This is from Bass and Rankin. And Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I have not seen in a dog's age. We have some bells. This one looks like it could actually be vintage. I'm not positive, but it's got a decent sound. This one is cute. It's got something, a mission bell. Good sound. This one fascinated me because it's like this avant-garde, impressionistic woman. And I like the bell. Really good ring. We have a large brass key here, which is the Medina Temple Presents Thomas F. C. PP as candidate for Imperial Outer Guard. I have no idea what that means, but it's really heavy. It's a bottle opener. And it astounds me. Did they actually produce these things as like giveaways? These are not cheap, and it actually looks like a key. It's got like 3-dimensional. This isn't just flat and everything. It's really cool. I picked it up for $1 at a yard sale. Now this, I think, is a lid to something, but I like the shape, and it works better when I hit it with something harder than that. But yeah, it makes a great sound. So I don't know what to do with it. Probably maybe put it on a stuffy as a hat. And speaking of stuffies, my wife got a free Triceratops stuffy at a yard sale. She knows the guy was having a yard sale. He's just like, just take it. She got a pair of Kambu boots for $1 at a yard sale. I guess she says they're pretty decent, so they're roughly her size. They're 7s. Probably a smidge high, but large, but she can put some thicker socks on it. Then we have this dragon, which I think is 100% handmade. It's very light, and it just looks handmade. The whiskers here are slightly damaged, but I don't care. I paid $1 for this. It's very cool. I'll probably do a video about it at some point. Then we have a Girl Scout canteen, a classic, vintage, it's a vintage one. Which my wife works with the Girl Scouts, so I thought that was cute, and I thought she appreciated it. So next is going to be gear, I think. Here we have a nice quality scraper in good condition. We have a ratchet extension. We have this little funky hammer, which is, I think, just a masonry hammer. It's really cool. I like the weight. Get it for a good price. We have a large pair of forceps which have big grips on the end, and I got this because my wife has a cactus plant outside and it's very dangerous to handle. So with this, she can move things around without hurting herself or the plant, because she can lock it in the exact degree of tension that she wants to. We have this strange wrench. I think it was probably purpose built maybe for like a water filter system or maybe a pool. I'm not positive. There's a screw in the side, or was a set screw in the side. Maybe it was meant to lock into place permanently. I'm not sure. But I picked it up. It's made out of aluminum. I'm probably just going to turn it into a handle. Speaking of weird wrenches, we have this one from Japan, which is a 3/8, 7-inch, 7/8 on this end, because this thing is flexible. It's very strange. And then this end has a number of different sizes and things. It's just a very strange little wrench. I get the feeling it may have been purpose built for a job, a machine or something. If anybody knows anything about that wrench, I'll be greatly appreciative. This is a tiny little vise with a handle, and I'm going to use it so I can hold objects when I have to grind them, when they're small and they have to go up against my belt sander and stuff. It was a nice little find. I've never seen a vise like this. I've seen vices this size before, but they've always been the kind that clamp onto the side of a table or something for, like, small jewelry working or something. This is just cool looking. I like this thing. It's in really nice shape too. Then we have just a standard cable and a lock. I actually purchased 2 locks from this place, the estate sale I got this from. But no, actually, this may have been a community yard sale. But I already gave one of them to my wife, and I got her a metal Craftsman toolbox as well, which is not in this video, which she will be using, or I guess I could put it in the video, which she'll be using as food storage when she goes to camp to keep it away from the mice. We have this weird thing. It grabs things. It's a U.S. patent, got a U.S. patent label on there. It's called Prodyne, P-R-O-D-Y-N-E. It's got a spring. I don't know what this does. If anyone out there does know what this does, tell me. It's just strange. I have no idea how old it is here. It's very light. I don't know if it's made of aluminum or something else. It's very light. We have this, which is a ratchet. Yep, this is the switch to go from forward to on to off, and the center, and in the center locks it in place for starting something. It's held together with these 2 screws. This is U.S. made, and it is the Palm Grip. It's called the Palm Grip. It actually feels quite nice in your hand. So very tight, doing socket moving bolts and things. Then we have this, which is a tourist set from the Holy Land: olive oil from Galilee, holy soil from Jerusalem, and holy water from the River Jordan. That's going to be going with the Kresh book to my friend as a gift. We have a vintage machete. It's in rough shape, but I think this handle may be Bakelite. I don't know how to tell if something is Bakelite, so I'm going to have to do some research on that. But I picked it up for like $2 at an estate sale, so I couldn't pass up on that. And then we have a 10-digit solar scientific calculator, which will be going into my shop. And I picked this up at a by the pound place, and it cost me a total of 3 cents for a working calculator. That's cool. Then we have a Swiss Army knife. I don't know what model this is. This is logoed the Matrix, something, a giveaway or something. But it's a nice shape. I picked that. I think I paid $1 or $2 for that. These 2 hand weights I got simply because I like the hexagonal heads, so I'm probably going to cut them off and turn at least one of them into a striker for some kind of a hammer. And I think I may cut it off at an angle, so I've got a little bit of an impact point there too. I think that might be really cool if I can pull that off. And I think I can. We'll see. We have this hasp, which is going to be an improvement on the bulkhead to my basement. And I got this for nothing. I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. He said, just take it. I said, okay. Because free hasp. And it's better quality than the one I've got now. Then we have the Cobra survival bracelet from Atomic Bear. How could I pass up on something like that? And it's a bright orange and black survival bracelet with a whistle, a compass, a striker, which could also has little teeth on it, which could maybe be used for actually cutting, and there's a ferrocerium rod in the inside, so I'll probably do a review on that. I may wear it for a bit to see how comfortable it is. And let's go look at some of the other things that we have in the house. I think I have one thing in the car. I bought a charm against the evil eye. That's probably not going to make it in here unless I put up a still photo. Let's go look at the box and something my wife found for a great bargain. And here we have the toolbox I mentioned, which there's the lock, and it's got food my wife will be taking with her to camp so that the mice cannot eat the food. So that was a nice find at an estate sale, and it's about the right size that she needs. And one last thing in the apartment. This is a Zafu, and it is designed to make it comfortable to sit when you are meditating. And we picked this up for $2 at a yard sale. And they're worth a whole lot more than $2, and this has got a nice colorful pattern on it, which is kind of cool. And it's in pretty good shape for a $2 Zafu. So I'm quite happy that she was able to find one. She's been looking for one. So I think I'll put a still photo up of the charm in the car, if I remember. But this has been the Bargain Videos. Thank you for joining me, and I apologize that it's probably run so long. But it's hot, and I sometimes don't want to film videos.